G'day and welcome back to this week's Aviation News Roundup. First up is news coming out of one of India's emerging airports, Bengaluru International Airport. Located on the west side of India, the airport is set to see a high influx in routes from the United States, with many different carriers battling it out for passengers. With such a competitive market for this route, this could be seen as more affordable for people to travel to and from the US. Another reason why this demand has suddenly peaked is the quickly growing tech industry in Bengaluru. The city has become nicknamed the India's Silicon Valley, with a large majority of tech companies being based and operating out of the city. This would help investors and people involved in the tech industry from the US travel directly to Bangalore, rather than travelling and routing through Delhi or Mumbai as a stopover. The airlines that are set to operate this route include United Airlines, American Airlines, and India's national carrier Air India. United Airlines has the most robust route connection network from the US to India, already flying a frequent Chicago to Delhi route using the Boeing 777. United plans to operate the Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner with an ultra-long range fuel tank range in the spring of 2021 to make the flight between San Francisco and Bengaluru. American Airlines, on the other hand, announced the route from Seattle to Bengaluru. Similar to United, this route will be operating using the same 787-9 ultra long range Dreamliner. This new route would be the American Airlines' second longest route, behind the Dallas-Hong Kong route. Finally to Air India, of whom look to rival United Airlines with the San Francisco-Bengaluru route. This route is set to begin earlier than both United and American Airlines, with a start date in around January 2021. Unlike the two carriers, Air India only have the 787-8 normal range, hence we'll have to look to the 777-200 long range to make this route possible. Now to something quite unusual is the Australian government's plan to build an airport at one of the globe's most isolated destinations, that is, Antarctica. The Australian government is seeking a 2,700 metre runway to be paved near Australia's Davis Research Station in East Antarctica. The logistics of this task to do, however, have some immediate issues and hurdles to get over. Currently in Antarctica is the Wilkins Aerodrome Airport, which has an ice runway. This is used by the Australian government with the charter airline Skytraders, which uses an Airbus A319 departing the capital of Tasmania, Hobart. The proposal for a cement runway has high hopes to enable the 787, 777 or A330 to reach Antarctica from major cities including Melbourne, Sydney and Brisbane to support the research team. In terms of a realistic preparation, the build stage is currently seeking contractors to undertake a 10-year multi-billion-dollar project. It will be interesting to see whether this proposal gains momentum and solidifies as a realistic project. Finally, to significant news regarding the Boeing 777-8 variant. The Dash 8 variant was designed to tap into a niche market of ultra-long distance flights in comparison to its sibling, the Dash 9 variant, which is set to enter service in late 2021, whilst the Dash 8 variant has yet to even begin production. Now the 777X has constantly faced delays and challenges after immediately being announced, with its first flight only occurring in January 2020, 1 year behind schedule. One of the main customers for the type is Emirates, of whom have an order of 115 for the Dash 9 variant and 35 for the ultra-long range Dash 8 variant, totaling to around $83 billion. The airline is expected to not receive this aircraft until 2023. The importance of the Dash 8 variant would be important for Dubai as a stopover hub to continue its hold on the aviation market. This Dash 8 variant offers a range of over 16,000 kilometers in comparison to the 13,500 kilometer range for the Dash 9 variant. This is important for Emirates to continue flights to long-range destinations such as the United States and East Asia. The exact date as to when the Dash 8 variant will begin and end production is currently unknown, being dependent on customer demand for the type. Now is our time of the show for the qualifying lap news. Palestinian Airlines ceases operations after 20 years. An Air France 777 and American Airlines 737 suffer a TCAS-RA conflict resolution alarm after a near mid-air collision. Australia's Rex Airlines receives its first 737 painted in the airline's livery after a spray job in Jakarta, Indonesia. American Airlines resumes flights in the US with the approved Boeing 737 MAX aircraft. Finally, American operator JetBlue receives its first Airbus A220 aircraft. Thanks for listening to this week's Aviation News Roundup, and make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and stay tuned for next week's video. Bye.